White grabs the center with this move. A classic way to begin, folks. Black stakes claim on the center, opening the queen and bishop. Exciting. The first minor piece enters the game, and white is in a good position to attack, mirroring white's knight and creating a balanced position. The 3 knights opening controls the center and supports the e4 pawn, creating a symmetrical game with all knights developed. d4 takes space in the center, attacks the e5 pawn, and allows the dark squared bishop to develop. E takes d4, captures the d4 pawn, and opens up the center. Knight takes d4, captures the d4 pawn, and places the knight in the center. Textbook keeps things solid. Even Steven trade, nothing crazy here. Solid trade, keeps things even Steven on the board. This move is the only one that works. What a find. Even Steven, there was only one good move, and that was it. Solid trade, nothing crazy, keeps things balanced. Even Steven trade, nothing crazy here. Easy peasy recapture. Whoa, black can't stop white from winning a knight if they make the right moves. That's a slick escape from the bishop's check. This misses an opportunity to tactically win a knight. Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one. Solid move. That pawn just kicked the bishop. Gotta move it. Ooh, spicy fianchetto action. That bishop has more control of the long diagonal, evading that checking bishop like a boss. Gotta move that bishop. Black develops the bishop and attacks the center. Connected rooks working together like a well-oiled machine. The rooks are connected. Now they're vibing and ready to coordinate. This open file gives the rook a sweet view of the whole chessboard. That bishop's new spot lets it control more squares. That kick sends the checking bishop packing. The bishop is safe, thank goodness. Time to breathe. Boom, best move, right here, right now. Now that's a bishop with some serious range. Boom, a passed pawn. That's a step closer to promotion. That X-ray attack is crazy. Black is gonna win some material, I can feel it. Phew, that bishop is now in a safe zone. Boom, black is gonna snag a pawn. What a steal. This move is the only one that works. What a find. That blocks the bullseye. Recapture that piece. What? A free pawn? You don't see that every day. Boom! A passed pawn. That's a powerful weapon. They're on their way to snagging a pawn. The bishop is safe, thank goodness. Time to breathe. They'll snag a pawn. Nice. Simple capture. Easy peasy recapture. Recapture that piece. Spicy. That pawn was just sitting there waiting to be snatched up. Now that pawn is sitting pretty with some protection. Even Steven trade, nothing crazy here. Solid trade, nothing crazy, keeps things balanced. This move is an absolute banger. This is the best move. That's a slick escape from the rook's check. Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one. What a move. Textbook stuff right there. What? A free pawn? You don't see that every day. What just happened? Spicy move. What a move. Solid move, nothing special. That's a slick escape from the rook's check. Boom, best move, right here, right now. Spicy meatball right here, yo. Evading that checking rook like a boss. That's a bodyguard move right there, keeping that pawn safe. Boom, a passed pawn. That's a step closer to promotion, baby. That's a slick escape from the pawn's check. Solid move. What a move. Textbook stuff right there. Bullseye. That's a slick escape from the rook's check. That passed pawn is on a mission. Gotta stop. Spicy move. Evading that checking rook like a boss. This move is an absolute banger. Evading that checking rook like a boss. This is the best move. Spicy. That pawn was just sitting there waiting to be snatched up. Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one. Evading that checking rook like a boss. Boom, best move, right here, right now. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. This rules out the option to force eventual checkmate. What a move. What? A free pawn? You don't see that every day. What just happened? Spicy meatball right here, yo. Solid move, nothing crazy. Bullseye. This move is an absolute banger. That's a slick escape from the rook's check. This is the best move. Solid move. That's a slick escape from the rook's check. What a move. Textbook stuff right there. Spicy move. That's a slick escape from the rook's check. What a move. Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one. Boom, best move, right here, right now. Evading that checking rook like a boss. Bullseye. This move is an absolute banger. This is the best move. Solid move, keeps things balanced. Solid move, nothing crazy here. Black just put the brakes on that passed pawn. Sharp move. They're not messing around with this one. Spicy meatball right here, yo. Solid move. Boom, best move, right here, right now. Bullseye. This move is an absolute banger. This is the best move. Capturing that rook will win material after all trades, folks. Simple capture. Insufficient material leads to a draw.